Good morning, everybody. My name is Mboyelo from TRADEHOUSE Billionaires, and today I'm actually going to do a quick video on, the Forex charts. And basically, I'm going to be looking for trading opportunities this week, the week of the 28th to about the 2nd of October. This is a really critical week. We have NFP coming up this week. It's a busy week, so definitely go out, check your calendar. I'll definitely drop the description to investing.com. Takes you straight to the economic event. You can use Forex Factory, or you can use your broker. For sure, a lot of brokers have a economic calendar that you guys can check out. So I'm not going to do a video on how to trade. This is more of just my analysis. If you've watched a few of my videos, you'll see I just basically run through as many pairs as I possibly can and just kind of look for the best trading opportunities, during the week. So let's just get to it. And please definitely hit the subscribe button and the like button if you find this, video valuable to you. And if you gain some knowledge just from the way I analyze things, So let's get into it. So this is the DXY. I generally like to start with the DXY because it kind of gives me an indication of, where the US dollar pairs are going during the week. Okay, so I want you guys to look at, this channel I have drawn in, right? And this down here is support and up here is resistance. And as you see, we've been inside this channel for a bit. Here we broke up, but we came back inside, and we've kind of just been inside that channel for most of the time. So what I had, expected was, you see this red trend line I have intact there. So basically, if we stayed below that trend line, we were kind of in a very bearish territory. And it seems like the market obeyed, the support zone, and it literally formed a nice bottom and it pushed back up. So I feel that if the dollar can get above 74.80 around there and stay above there, I feel things are going to be very bullish for dollar pairs in general. So let's get into it on the 4-hour time frame, so I can show you, what we could potentially see happen, as time goes on this week. So we had this big break out of this channel here. Let me zoom in properly for you guys. Okay. We had this massive break of this channel. And as you can see, guys, we've been in that channel. We've been looking for these, breaks out of the channels. I'm a breakout trader, so I love, catching those breakouts. And, as you can see, we had this breakout here. I said, if we get below this pink zone, expect the dollar to weaken. And it seems like that pink zone held as support, and we've rallied up this week. What I can see, happening right now is I can see price coming back to test, about 7,400 around that zone, 74 around that zone. And then maybe you could see the dollar gain strength around here and then get above this breakout zone. This will be a big trade. If we can get above this trend line I have drawn here, things are going to be very, very bullish for the dollar. So dollar pairs are going to be juicy. Remember what happened, March, things were crashing. Like, that was kind of the best time to trade because those opportunities only come once in a lifetime. So if we see the dollar get above the zone, it could be very bullish, and we could see some really nice trades play out in the FX market in general. So let's check out the USD ZAR. And as you guys can see, we're still in this channel. We are still in this channel. I actually want to pull the zone so you guys can see the next targets we have in play. If the dollar keeps strengthening, that means other currencies are going to weaken. So we could potentially see the USD ZAR come and test about 17.6. It could potentially go up there, and then we would have a solid resistance zone. We could be looking for selling opportunities, from there on. But it seems price is going in that direction. We still have this channel drawn here. Let me make it white for you guys. Okay, make it less thick. Okay, you guys can see that line. Okay, so it seems like the rand is really weakening right now. If we can close somewhere above here, I would like to get in a trade to the upside. Maybe just grab those few pips until about here, 1750. That would be a nice zone. Have a tight stop loss. So let me actually pull out my buy something here. Let's actually make it around this zone. 1722. If we can get above that zone, this could potentially be a nice trade. Tight stop loss. When you're wrong, and then look to grab that thing to the upside. Okay. So let me actually make this thing a bit more lighter for you guys. Make it green, and then the zone red. Okay. So that could be a potential trade. Let me actually write it down. USD ZAR, potential buy. Okay. So let's watch it and see what plays out this week. And then this was literally USD Mexican pesos. You can see what the dollar did to the Mexican pesos. The USD ZAR, USD Mexican pesos, one of my two favorite FX pairs or USD pairs to trade because they just follow structure so well. And as you can see, we bottomed here. I was expecting, that weak dollar back then. If it kept pushing down, we could see this thing push down. But as you can see, wow, whoever caught this to the upside, man, congratulations. I did not, I was not even, I don't even know what was happening to me. Why didn't I catch this trade? But guys, look, there's always, opportunities out there. So never lose, never be urged to get into a trade because, you missed a big move. So same thing with the USD ZAR. If the dollar can keep strengthening and we get above, this is our next target, 22.85 around there. That could be a nice trade to the upside. Guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I am just a trader, and this is the way I trade. This is the way I trade. So if we can get above there, have a tight stop, and then that could be your next target to the upside. Okay. That's what I potentially see. Otherwise, we could push back down, but I probably see this thing going up since the dollar, is strengthening the way it is. Okay, let's check out USD JPY. As you guys can see, we literally bottomed down here. If I take you guys to my weekly, this was one of the most interesting trades, in the market. I said if we get below, this zone, we're looking to sell this thing, for a few weeks because we were in a big wedge, So this is the wedge we're in. And I said, if we get below the zone, we're going to probably explode to the downside. It seems like, the dollar's back in play. So the Japanese story is dead. So I'm actually going to remove that thing. I'm actually going to remove this. You can see it literally turned at the bottom. So right now, this candlestick here on the daily time frame seems bearish to me. It seems kind of bearish to me. I'll be comfortable if we get below the zone to be selling this thing again. If we get below the zone around here, if we get below these candles, have a nice strong candle to the downside, then I believe the next candles will follow and will be bearish. But it seems like the dollar is strengthening, so we could see this thing even rally and come, test this horizontal vertical trend line that we have here. Okay, so let's see what happens with the USD JPY. Okay, let's check out the USD CAD. Oh, beautiful stuff happening here. See, we had this nice channel to the downside. We broke out. We had this little triangle forming here. If you guys can see this little triangle here, triangles, you generally have an explosion. We had explosion to the upside. Seems like now we're consolidating. If the dollar keeps strengthening, we could potentially come and test, the zone here. Okay, you see this pink zone I have here? We could potentially come test that zone. So let me actually drag that. Move this. This could be our next target zone around here. Okay, so let's watch and see what happens this week. But I feel like that is where the USD CAD is going at the moment. Okay, USD CHF, interesting trade. Let me take you guys to the weekly so you can see this zone I have here. So as you can see, we had support down here and then we have resistance. Support seems like it's been holding, and it seems to me that we are still looking for buying trades. If we can get inside this channel, I honestly feel that will be very bullish for the USD CHF. I don't like the structure right now. It seems like we've missed the bus. So if some sort of structure plays out this week, so some sort of triangle pattern forms here, maybe on the 4-hour, 1-hour time frame, I'm more of a breakout trader, you know. So if if it gives us a nice leg down and then higher highs, lower lows, higher lows, higher lows, and then potentially we could push to the upside. So right now I don't like the structure. There's no, you literally have no advantage right now. This thing could push to the downside or could push to the upside, so you want to get in where you're either at support or at resistance. Okay, so you have an edge. Right now, no edge. USD CHF. Okay, so this is just the euro index. It seems like the euro is weakening. Okay, it seems like the euro is weakening, so let's see what's happening with the euro USD. Okay, so we're in this channel. We broke out of that channel right here, and that was bearish. So literally we've been breaking down. So what could potentially happen right now is you always have to consider both sides. Could this just be a fake out breakout and then we push again to the upside? But the dollar is strengthening. So let's have a bearish bias, biased, on other currencies against the dollar. So where I see this thing going, if the dollar keeps to weaken, is 1500. That is your next target. Just be careful, because what I see here is that it seems like these candlesticks on the 1-hour time frame. Okay, so we have this little zone here. If you could look for an edge or for some sort of trade around the top of this channel I have here, then it potentially goes to the downside again. Okay, but if it gets above there, just wait and see what happens. You could potentially get a trade around the 1700 zone to the downside, or it could strengthen and go to the upside, but biased downside. So let's look for a trade around the zone, and we could potentially get in again. Okay, Euro GBP. Wow, this looks interesting. This looks very interesting. This looks very interesting. This looks very interesting. Honestly, guys, this looks very interesting. First target. That is honestly the first target. I feel like this is a trade. If you have good risk to reward and you get in at the right, little small pullbacks, awesome trade. Honestly, it speaks for itself, guys. You guys can see this trade. Next target is about 89,390, 89,400. Look at the candlesticks, guys. It seems like that's where it's going right now. Okay. Euro GBP, we had this head and shoulders trade. I said that, so generally what you do with the head and shoulders is you grab, from the head to the trough, and then you just basically pull that level. And it seems like, for whoever got into those trades, successful, guys. Very successful trade. Very successful trade. So Euro GBP seems like it has played out, but the way these candlesticks are forming here, it seems like it's still going down. Seems like it's still going down. Let's grab the Fibonacci and see what levels we have left to the downside. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like let's target this 50% zone. Let's target this 50% zone. I honestly feel like that's a nice trade to the downside. This 50% zone in the Fibonacci. Let's check it out. I'm actually gonna see if I can get involved in this trade soon. Okay. Just wanna write it down. Euro JPY. Okay. Okay. Euro AUD played beautiful. This trade has played beautiful, just as we expected. We had bottom down there. Oh, whoever knows how to remove this drawing without, how do you actually, okay, I have to select something else. Okay. So Euro AUD, we had bottom, we had this trend line in play. We're like, okay, if we get above this pink zone, this 83.50 zone, we're looking for our first target being that previous high. Hit it last week. So right now, some sort of pullback is in play, but I generally feel this thing is going to push again. It's going to give us another push to the upside. It's going to give us another push to the upside. Let's see what zones we have. So honestly, if we get above this zone, I think it's going to be very vicious, and our next target will be around. Where's my low? Okay, 68846. Okay, and then potentially we have that resistance line here and play at about 1700. If we get above there, you know, we're sailing to the upside. Okay, we are sailing to the upside. It seems very bullish here with this trade, or we can consolidate and come back down, but it seems to me that things are very bullish on the Euro AUD right now. Okay, let's check out Euro NZD. Okay, we had this triangle in play here. Okay, and then we broke out beautifully. It seems like this trade could still be a good trade to get into if you played out beautiful. You could potentially get in now, but because I see this little triangle playing out here, if we close hourly on the 4 hour above this, I feel like that's a risky enough trade that you can get involved in and target the highs. Target the highs. Okay, have a tight stop loss. Euro AUD. Okay. Okay, the pound seems to be weakening. Let's see what's happening. GBP USD. Remember the dollar is strengthening. Okay, the dollar is strengthening. But it seems like the pound is fighting back. Okay, so we had this triangle in play, and it seems like we're breaking out above it. So this I don't feel we're too late to get involved in this trade. Let's see what happens on the hourly time frame, and potentially we could get involved in this trade. Let me actually write this one down for you guys. GBP USD. I'm actually gonna make sure, you know, I send these trades through to the group chat. If you're not in the group chat, definitely hit me up. I left my details below, and we can make this money. Have a tight stop. Maybe the stop could be just below the breakout, and this could be potentially a full trade to the upside. Okay, full trade to the upside. Okay, let's look at the GBP CAD. Wow, I missed this. Oh, I missed this. Oh, this happened. Oh, this happened today in the morning. Okay, this happened in the morning, but it's back at a zone that I have been watching. You see the 17,200 zone. Okay, we have this trend line in play here. If we get above that, it seems like our next targets are going to be above, guys. 76,500. So let's see what happens. This trend line is still in play here. You know, there's going to be a lot of action here. If we drive right through it, I'm going to take the trade, and hopefully, you know, we can get out about here a bit early, you know, about 75515 around there. If it's too late, about 76,500. Okay, so let's see what happens with the GBP CAD, GBP CHF. I like this, but I honestly believe there are better trades out there. If it gets above the zone, let's see how the 4-hour closes. Next target is definitely this 1-200 zone. Definitely that 1-200 zone. Okay. We have the GBP AUD. Okay, we had the triangle, you know, in play here. We broke out. It seems like we're coming to test this 8,500, 185 zone. Okay, that seems to be the next target right now. We have these highs around here. Seems to be the next zone. Okay, GBP AUD. Guys, I just look at the charts and, you know, just from how long I've been trading, I can kind of, you know, because I've been trading for about 3 years now. So, you know, I've seen a lot of things in the market. So I'm very familiar with how price moves now and, you know, how to obey price, you know, structure. So when I say I feel like price is going up, don't take it full-heartedly and, you know, go out and bet all your money on what I said, but just look at it as, okay, this guy is traded, you know, maybe I should look for some sort of setups in that direction, you know. So moving on to the next one, GBP, JPY. I was looking at these zones. If you can get below that zone, you know, I had them drawn in that, you know, we could potentially come and retest this broken trend line we have here. Where will that be? So that would probably be this, around this low here. Okay, yeah, price could potentially go up there. If it doesn't, if it takes out the zone, definitely that's the next target. GBP JPY. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I was actually in this trade. I took profit. I got in here, like at the trend line, and took profit around there. I saw price was turning. It broke down. I couldn't hold. Came to retest. Got above. So since the pound is fighting back right now, I don't think the Singaporean dollar can handle this. So next target's 178,662, and if we can get above that, we're probably looking at 118,400 around there. Okay, so Singaporean dollar, I believe, is going to weaken against the pound for sure. Okay. New Zealand dollar seems to be weakening, but we have this channel in play. So this could just be a retest and could push back higher. So let's see what trades we have for the New Zealand dollar. Okay, I see some big harmonic pattern here. I see a very big harmonic pattern here. For those that know. Okay, this is what I'm seeing, guys, just from a glimpse. Okay. This is what I'm seeing. So what I'm looking for is the dollar is strengthening. So I'm looking for the dollar to potentially, you know, give us a nice push to the upside. And then, you know, if it keeps strengthening again, we could, you know, come back down and test the zone. If it keeps strengthening the way it is, you know, we could just take out these zones and potentially get below this trend line. Then our next target will definitely be the 62,500 zone around there. Actually 62,700 around that zone. Okay, so I see this harmonic pattern in play. If I go to the hourly time frame, yeah, it could potentially play out. If it comes and retests these lows, let me actually zoom in. If we could have a break to the downside. have a break to the downside, a small little break to the downside, and then see the New Zealand dollar fight for itself. So if you can have a breakout and then come test the zone and then come up to the upside, that would be a nice trade. I'll definitely look at getting into. Okay. New Zealand CAD. Honestly, no edge here, guys. No edge, no edge. Let's continue. New Zealand JPY seems like it's falling. Seems like New Zealand JPY is looking at coming to test this 6811 zone. Let me actually go to the weekly. Seems like that is, yeah. Seems like that is the next zone it's gonna go test. If it gets below that, then sure it's gonna go test that level down there. So New Zealand JPY, interested. I'm very interested in this trade, actually. Write it down. Okay. Australian dollar. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was a big red day. Okay, that week was very, very red. Maybe USD. Let's see what's happening. Okay. Yeah. This is, what was I looking at on the 4 hour? Let me see what I was looking at. Okay, I had this channel drawn in. Okay, so right now it seems like we're bottoming here. I feel like we have to wait and see what happens. But to me, I feel like the bias could be to the upside again. It could potentially come up and test the zone. But since the dollar is strengthening, we could see this little zigzag pattern and we could come test. So that's why I'm saying let's wait, because this level was once resistance turned into support. So it's a pivotal level, you know. If we go to the hourly time frame, I see a little channel, you know, for me here. We have this high here. And then we have this low here. So it seems like this thing could come push down here. If it gets below there and then comes, retest this zone around here and goes back down, nice trade to the downside. If it comes and tests the zone and then gets above this channel here, nice trade to the upside. For now, AUD USD, look for selling opportunities. Yeah, the way it's structured, to me, it seems like it would probably come test the bottom of this channel and create one more lower low before we see this thing go back up again. A Australian Canadian dollar, same thing I'm seeing right here. Okay, so if you guys are looking for that trade, I feel like that would be a nice trade to get involved in. Okay, come test this or create one more lower low. So look for that trade, guys. Here I see a Australian Japanese yen. I see this triangle pattern for me. Okay, and you can see we had that low there. So if we get below there, it's going to be a big move to the downside. Okay, it's going to be a big move to the downside. So just watch out. If you want to place a stop, a sell stop, maybe around the 74.03, that would be a nice trade. And then put your stop loss just below, and then we could potentially target this level down here. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. That's honestly what I'm seeing. Okay. ADNZD. Let's look it at the for all time frame. Yeah, seems like we've missed the bus here, you know. There's really no, I'm not seeing anything interesting right now with price. I'm honestly not seeing anything interesting. Canadian dollar. Hmm. Seems like everything else is weakening except the dollar. The dollar is going up and everything else is going down. Okay. Okay. So we had this breakout. This trade has been like this for a while. Only thing I don't like about Canadian dollar pairs, they just take so long to form. So we broke out of this channel. It seems like we're still very bullish. If we could come down and maybe test this trend line here and then push to the upside, that would be a nice trade. That would on somewhere around here, you know. Let's see what forms around there. You know, on the hourly time frame. Let's see what's happening. Okay, we have these lows, so I'm expecting if you can see some red candles. You see one blue, two candles. Look for a trade to the upside. Honestly, look for a trade to the upside. Okay, Canadian dollar. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing right now with these pairs. Okay, so guys, if you guys got any value from what I've explained and what you've seen from the way I look at the charts, you know, definitely hit that subscribe button and, you know, like the video. If you're interested in learning how to actually get involved and, you know, be able to have, you know, the knowledge you need to go into the market and execute trades successfully, or if you need the tools, you know, the weapons to go out there and, you know, fend for yourself, because once you press that buy and sell, guys, it's war. You know, it's you against the market, it's you against the broker. So you guys need the right weapons, and I have an amazing platform that I can share with you guys that has absolutely revolutionized my life, you know, from not knowing anything about trading, you know, to being such a proficient, you know, trader over the few years. So if you guys are interested, definitely hit me up. I left the stuff, you know, my stuff down below, and as well as, you know, some brokers I recommend that I use. So guys, see you guys on the next one. Thank you for hopping on to this little analysis that I have here, and stay blessed and have a successful trading week.